Hello YouTube, Dirk here from MTGNostalgia. I've been quiet for a while on my channel because I've had lots to do at work, but now I'm back with a vintage booster opening, yeah! This here is a Tempest booster from 1997. The flying ship Weatherlight has left the light of Dominaria for the shadow plane of Wrath in an attempt to rescue Captain Sisay. There is no calm before the storm, there is only Tempest! Tempest is from an older era of Magic where there were less boosters opened in total, and that's why there are some uncommons that are worth more than the rares in this set. Actually, the two most valuable cards in this set are uncommons. One of them is Wasteland, which is the most valuable card, and there's even a common card which is worth a bit. That would be Lotus Petal. I have one of them. I actually have 4 of them lying around here because I bought some boosters back then. I was in and out of Magic at the time. Lotus Petal was an attempt to recreate the Black Lotus in the common slot and make it playable. And I was quite lucky because I bought some boosters and I had a full playset of them for one of my decks. And then I went out of Magic for some years, and then when I came back, I heard that it was actually restricted, and you're now only allowed to have one of those cards in your deck because, well, it's still too powerful, even though it's only 1/3 of a Black Lotus. But, well, we're gonna see what is in there. The art on the booster is from Volrath's Curse. To be careful because the old boosters started with the uncommons, so and then there came the rare, and the commons were in the back. I've now pulled them to the front. Elvish Fury, green instant for 1, and it has buyback 4. Buyback was one of the 2 mechanics in this set. It meant that you could play this card either for its normal cost, and then a creature would get +2/+2, or you could pay it for normal cost plus buyback cost, and then you could return it to your hand after you played it. Lightning Elemental. 4/1 Elemental is unaffected by Summoning Sickness, so you can see that Haste hadn't been keyworded back then. Clergy and Vec. Envec was one of the clans in that. I think there were Envec and Ilvec. I think Ilvec were the people who had fallen out of favor. It's a Summon Cleric, so you can see Summon. Creature cards weren't called Creature back then, they were called Summon Spells. And it's a reprint of a Semantic Healer. Vincar's Justice, Black Sorcery, also with buyback, deals 2 damage to each creature and player. Circle of Protection Shadow, prevent all damage to you from a creature with shadow. So there were circles of protection for each of the 5 colors. And there came one for artifacts in Antiquities, and this had one with Shadow, because Shadow was the other mechanic in the set next to buyback. It was a keyword like flying and evasion ability. Dark Ritual, oh, that is very cool. You might know this, it's a vintage classic, this card. You pay 1 black, you get 3 black out of it, and the card type actually is Mana Source. The current wording would be that it would be an instant, but it started out as an interrupt because it was so fast that it was not counterable in the beginning, and then they said it's a Mana Source because Mana Sources are the fastest abilities around, and now there are no interrupts and Mana Sources anymore, they are only instants. Seeker of Skybreak, an elf that can untap target creature. Oh, that's a very offensive creature for that time. 2 mana for 2/1, because creatures weren't that offensive at that time. Aurim's Prayer, enchantment. If any creatures attack you, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. That will take the steam out of an aggro deck. Sky Shroud, Vampire. Isn't that? Oh, that's a common. Vampire, flying. It's not a human vampire, as you can see. Choose and discard a creature card. Sky Shroud Vampire gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So if you want to make a vampire commander deck, you might put this in. Might work with some of the madness cards, of the newer madness cards. Aurum, Cement Healer. Are we actually... Oh, I'm not sure if... Are we actually into the rares right now? Because that's a legend. I think that's actually the rare. Counts as a cleric and can tap to prevent up to 3 damage to any creature or player. Sudden Impact, yeah, I think that would be a common, no? Sudden Impact deals 1 damage to target player for each card in his or her hand. Blood Frenzy. Target attacking or blocking creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. At the end of turn, destroy that creature. Solitary Foot Soldier. You can see this one has Shadow, so it's similar to flying. Although a creature with Shadow can only be blocked by creatures with Shadow, and can only block creatures with Shadow. So it's a bit of a parallel dimension where these creatures live and attack. Coiled Tin Viper. 2/1 first strike, okay. And a Manakin. Add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, play this ability as a mana source. Okay. So sadly, no super valuable cards in here, no Lotus Petal, but a legend. Well, hope you enjoyed this. This was a Tempest booster opening. If you enjoy this, check out my channel. I have some other vintage boosters. I also have some bilingual booster openings, mostly of German boosters. I also have some box openings. And if you want to see more vintage booster openings, I have these boosters from the Urza's blog. And let's say that when this here video reaches 10 likes, I'm gonna open the first one of these. So until then, see you next time.